Hello guys and welcome back to another video. I know it's been a while since I posted my previous video, but you guys know that I'm more of a live stream type of guy. But sometimes I like to just sit down with an idea in mind, create a video about it, edit the video and so on. So today I was thinking of doing something a little bit different, something I've actually never done before on my channel. That is to talk about my personal wish list of what I want to see from the next Call of Duty game, which is going to be Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Yeah, and also keep in mind guys, these are my personal opinions, you do not have to agree with me. So what I'm going to do is to start off with a few of the basic and smaller stuff, then I'll progress with the bigger stuff as we go along. And I'll also be including a few honorable mentions at the end of the video that I did not want to include in the top 10 list. So guys, these are the top 10 things in order from what I want to see from Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Alright, so coming in on my top 10 list is a little bit of a talk regarding the third game mode that we'll be getting. Now we already know by now that there won't be any sort of zombies or extinction coming back this year, which kinda sucks because personally I'm a really huge fan of zombies. But we know that the third game mode is going to be Spec Ops Return from MW3. Alright, so coming in on top 10, what I want to see return is the MW3 Spec Ops Survival Mode. So I remember I had so much fun with this back in the day, where you had to survive waves against enemies, advancing through waves, earn perks, kill streaks and cash to buy armor and so on. Really challenging when you got to the later waves, where the enemies would get streaks and juggernaut armor. But all in all, a very great, and I would absolutely love to see this return again after almost 8 years. Alright, so moving away from the side game modes for a little bit, let's talk about the main multiplayer and the next new set of kill streaks. So it's pretty safe to say that if the game doesn't have cool looking and strong kill streaks, the game will feel terrible and just overall really boring. Having kill streaks or score streaks is very important for the game itself, and most importantly, you need to feel like you've actually earned it. Alright, so coming in at number 9 on this list, I want to see some OG kill streaks return to this game. So in my opinion, MW2 had some of the best score streaks, and you had things like the 8-130, the good old Pavelo, the Chopper Gunner, and also the EMP system, and then the original tactical nuke. And this has to return, alright? This is what makes a great Call of Duty game. The scary streaks, like the stealth bomber flying across the map, listening to the screams of an 8-130 in-game, the intense feeling of earning your very first nuke. So yeah, you gotta bring those aspects back to the game. You do that and the game will become so much better. So personally, I would not mind getting some of the old kill streaks to return to this game. Okay, so coming in on number 8, and I feel like this is something that has been talked about a lot since Black Ops 4's multiplayer got introduced, and that is the healing mechanic. Now personally, I actually like this from Black Ops 4, where you manually have to heal yourself, make a decision of either playing it safe and heal, or engage in a gunfight with slightly less health than your opponent. So in my opinion, it really just made the overall game experience better. Catching enemies, having to heal in the middle of a gunfight and so on. It just added in a different type of feeling to the game without having to add in anything extra like jetpacks and so on. But with that being said, I would rather want the regular 100 health to return instead. And with that, I really don't see the point of this mechanic returning again. The time to kill is most likely going to feel like Infinity Wards. Just very simple and really quick. Alright, so coming in at number 7, and this is something that I really want to see return from Infinite Warfare, and that is weapon variants. And no, I'm not talking about stat changing guns like we've seen in the past, but more on the cosmetic side with an added XP bonus to the specific gun. So when I said Infinite Warfare, I pretty much meant the 15 to 30% added XP bonus with cosmetics to the gun, like a Mark II variant. But do not make the guns change from the original though, because if you do that, then it will just become a pay to win again. And since we're 100% going to have supply drops return as well, it's not going to be a good idea for the game. But I will talk more about that later in the video. Alright guys, we're now on top 6, and this one for me is really important, okay? Are you ready? It's day 1 launch. The game will be fully polished and finished with overall leaderboards in general and combat record through everything from day 1. And this right here guys is really important for the game when it launches, alright? Because if they don't have these features added in, then you already know that the game is not going to be a 100% finished and launched, which is a horrible thing. Speaking of not finished, BO4 is now in its 8-month cycle, and I honestly have never seen such an unfinished product from Treyarch ever. And you do not want to have this reputation from your game when it launches. Even Sledgehammer had to revamp their entire game because it was just sloppy work, and saying it again, unfinished product by the COD developers. And this has to change for this year's Call of Duty. Alright, so coming in on my top 5, we're now halfway through the list. And I think everyone is going to agree with me with this one. And that is the better communication with the Call of Duty community. So being transparent is just one of the most important things when you're a game developer. And being transparent with the ones that plays your game and the feedback and so on. It's just super important, and the reason why I put this so high on the list is just simply because of what we've seen in the past. And now specifically from Treyarch and Black Ops 4. I won't go into any details here because it should be pretty obvious as to why I just mentioned Black Ops 4. Because their transparency and their communication to the community has been the worst I've ever seen. But I will say this though, I really like when Treyarch have done their little live streams explaining pretty much what's new and what's to come. But apart from that though, there have been nothing but literal walls that is not speaking up or communicating back. So I would like to see these types of live streams coming out from Infinity Ward for the next Call of Duty title for sure. Alright, so coming in on top 4, and this is something I've always said when it comes to Infinity Ward's games in general, and that is the smooth, the great balancing, and the feeling of the game they make every time. And yeah, I know that Call of Duty Ghosts and Infinite Warfare didn't turn out too good for the community in general, but the games were smooth and balanced. And that I'm talking hit rate, time to kill, movement, and of course the smooth combat experience from especially Infinite Warfare. And I know that Infinity Ward is the best at doing exactly this. And this is something that I truly want to see return for the next Call of Duty game. And I know that Infinity Ward, like always, is the best at doing it. It just really depends on how the community reacts to the game when it comes out. But the balance and the smoothness of their games will always be there no matter what. And I really want to see this return on Modern Warfare. Alright guys, we're now on to the top 3 on this list, and we definitely have to talk about specialists. So for a boots on the ground type of game, I feel like Black Ops 4 has the most OP and unbalanced specialist we've ever seen before. The free specialist that requires no skill to use, earns you the free kills and will also ruin your nuke streaks in game. And these are the noob friendly annoying options that are unbalanced and way too OP. I really hope that Infinity Ward does this better than what Treyarch did for BO4. I do not want any lethal specialists in the game, but I would be down for non-lethal abilities like Overdrive from BO3, Combat Focus, and Crash and so on. Because specialists are a very cool and fun feature for these new COD titles, if they're not OP. So what I want to see is that specialists do return, but only with abilities that is non-lethal. Just like Black Ops 3, you could only choose between the specialist's weapon or his or her ability. And you could not get both, and these abilities from BO3 were actually so good. And they made the game so much more fun in my opinion, and I really feel like specialist is good for the game and the game experience. But only if they do it right and the right way. Which is not OP and just fun specialist abilities for the specific characters for the game. Alright, so coming in on my number 2 spot, future DLC guns. One of the most talked about topics coming from Black Ops 4 this year, no doubt. New guns being added into their games but being placed in by a paywall. Like what? You pay $60 for the full game and then another $40 to $50 for the season pass. Now right there, with the season pass, these guns should be free. Instead they'll try to add in reserve crates with more weird stuff like death effects, weapon charms, gestures, emblems, tags, and so on. This is for each specific character and guns just to make it a less chance of you getting the new guns or the mastercrafts that you want. Also want to mention this because it's actually crazy. You spend about 30 minutes to obtain one crate that only contains one item. So how are people going to find the time to unlock these new guns through a paywall if we're going to make it this difficult? Alright, so getting that little rant out of the way, I want to see Modern Warfare come out with new guns in a fair way for the community. And here's how I want them to do it. All new guns being added in for absolute free, but you have to obtain them by either challenges or ranking up. There's one last thing I want to mention of how they can implement a fair way of getting these new guns as well, and that's coming in on our next spot. But first, I want to show you guys a quick clip of me getting the Peacekeeper and the live reaction. Let's open up a case. Let's see what we get, dudes. Peacekeeper ballistic knife, please. No way! I said Peacekeeper, but I actually meant ballistic knife. I got it, bro. Are you kidding me, bro? Oh my god. Let's go. I actually said Peacekeeper first. So guys, the number 1 spot, and this has to be the most spoken of feature for sure when it comes to the new Call of Duty titles, and that is Call of Duty call points and microtransactions. And as I mentioned, BO4 in my opinion has the worst microtransaction system I've ever seen before. And the reason why is simply because of the way they make you obtain crates and the amount of time that you have to spend in order to get one. So the chances are extremely small of you getting what you want. One free crate takes 30 plus minutes to obtain that only contains one item. No other way of earning guns other than paying for it, which Activision has already stated is not supposed to be in their games anymore from Call of Duty. Almost that it's like illegal by the developers to add into the game. So what I want to see return is credits from Modern Warfare Remastered. And I will agree, I was not a fan of this system when it came out, but this is honestly the cleanest black market system there has been since Advanced Warfare in 2014. And not only that, but getting duplicates actually got you credits in return. So it was kind of worth it anyways. And this is one of my ideas of how to unlock future DLC guns by playing, ranking up, and going for challenges so you can earn these credits and then unlock the new guns for free. No paywall needed, but the option is there for those who does not want to grind for it. So the paywall should be there as an option, but not as something like in BO4 where you are pretty much forced to pay to get the new guns. Anyways, so guys, this was the top 10s, but I also do have a couple of honorable mentions before I end this video, so stay tuned. Alright guys, here are some of the honorable mentions that I really want to include in the video. Number 1 being better rewards for prestiging and also level 1000 returning. So prestiging has been a thing ever since COD 4, with every time you prestige, you earn a new calling card, and you prestige emblem next to your online name and an unlock token. And yeah, that's pretty much it, nothing else. I feel like prestiging is important to make the game fun, because if you don't level up, what is the entire point of playing the game? If you still play the game without leveling up, it's just a waste of time and the experience points you earn is worth nothing. Now that prestiging is important, I still see so many players not doing it. And I do get the feeling that that is because of the lack of rewards you receive for doing it. And also because you might lose one of your favorite guns as well that you need to unlock at a higher level that might actually take a while. And I mentioned earlier in the video, I wanted to see Mark II variants return with an increased 15% XP boost for the guns like they did on Infinite Warfare. And I think it would be cool if they did something similar, so by prestiging, you will actually unlock a free Mark II weapon, like a token, that you can use on whatever gun you would like, for some extra XP boost for the next prestige, and maybe something extra to maybe stand out from the rest of the lobby you're in. I think it would be a nice idea. Alright guys, honorable mention number 2, and this should be a pretty obvious thing that I wanted to include in the video, and that is the return of Dark Matter, or this special camo. Because if there's one thing you know that I've always loved, is to go for the hardest camo in the game, and this has now been the thing for the newer Call of Duty games since I believe Black Ops 3. I really want to see this return, and I want this camo this time to look really nice and really mean looking. And I also know that Infinite Warfare featured the Dark Matter or Black Sky, aka Solar Camo, for the character rigs as well as the guns. I also want to see this return again with the characters for Modern Warfare, because this was honestly a really cool feature that they added in for Infinite Warfare, and honestly, I really loved it. Alright, so the third mentioning, I know this is a current topic for Modern Warfare, and it's a very small one, but at the same time, it's a really big decision for the actual game, and that is the minimap. Rumors say that the minimap will not be included to the game, like no way. It has to be in the game, dude. I don't know what else to say. The topic is just so stupid in my opinion. Like, imagine how people are going to play without it. It's only going to promote for more camping, which then makes the game experience slow, which then again follows with the game becoming very boring for the ones who actually runs around the map and actually cares for the game. So no, minimap, it better stay there, Infinity Ward. Don't screw a game up, man. Alright guys, the fourth mentioning, and this is also a really quick one, and I actually don't know how you guys are gonna feel or react to this one. But anyways, it's kill streaks and not score streaks. I feel like as if score streaks were actually implemented so the bad players would get streaks easier, and this goes to show for Black Ops 4. And I truly want Modern Warfare for 2019 to go back to the old roots, which kill streaks only, meaning you only earn your kill streaks by getting kills instead of earning it through assist points or capturing tags in kill confirmed and so on. And also, I would not mind having stackable kill streaks return. So if you guys played MW2, if you got your Harrier strike or attack helicopter at a 7 kill streak, that Harrier or attack helicopter would then get 4 kills for you, so you would unlock that chopper gunner or AC-130. When you then earn the chopper or the AC-130, you would try and get 14 kills without dying, and then you would earn your tactical nuke. And this is one of those features that really reminds me of the golden days of Call of Duty, and that is truly why I would not mind it return to the franchise. Alright guys, this is my last mention, and this one is actually inspired by Prestige is Key. Because I do believe he came up with this idea. It's that when you earn Master Prestige, your Prestige emblem is actually animated. So remember back on MW2 when the game first came out, the Prestige 10 emblem was actually an animated one, so it moves. But they actually removed it completely out of the game. But since people are actually hacking the game, people will find this emblem in the game files and manage to get it back again, despite not actually being available anymore. I don't know why they removed that out of the game, but this would be really cool to see return. But anyways guys, that's gonna wrap up my entire wish list for Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and I really hope the majority of this actually happens, of course. A lot of things that I feel like Activision and the developer teams should learn by now, and the mistakes they've done in the past won't happen again. So please let me know what you guys want the most from Infinity Ward this year. I hope you did enjoy the video, and if you did, please make sure to drop a like on the video. I really did enjoy making this top 10 thing. It's something that I've never done before. But anyways guys, take care and thank you so much for watching the video, and peace out.